In this video, I want to show you how to create a scatter plot with some data in Google Sheets and then find a regression, do a regression analysis, find a best fit line for the data. The first thing you want to do is highlight the values that you want to analyze. So I'm going to select this volume and mass data that I put in this spreadsheet. This is just some random data for purposes of doing our little spreadsheet. Next thing I'm going to do is click on Insert and Chart. Now Google Sheets is going to guess at what chart you want, and they guessed line chart, which isn't actually what we want. So you can always fix this by going to Setup, and then on the very top, the very first thing that they have is what type of a chart. So we want a scatter plot, so we'll click on Scatter Chart. The other thing that happens is that they figure out what they think you want on the horizontal axis and what they think you want on the vertical axis. And in this case, they guessed right. We want mass on the vertical and volume on the horizontal. But in case they got that wrong, you can remove what they put and then click Add X-axis and then pick your own thing. So you can also do that with series. You can remove what they have by clicking the little ellipses, and then you can add another series. So that's the chart that we want to analyze here. Now you can click on Customize and you can change the titles on the axes and the title of the chart and change the colors and things like that. And sometimes you want to do that, especially if you're going to, present this in some way. But our purpose here is to find the best fit line, do regression analysis. So how you do that is you go to Customize, and then under Series, you have a bunch of options here. The first thing is you want to pick which series you're going to analyze. We only have one series, but if you had multiple charts, you could pick each one, or multiple series, you could pick each one and do regression on it. You can change the color, you can change where the axis is for that series, you can change the point size and things like that. But where you do regression analysis is below all that. You click on Trendline. What it does is it calculates the best fit line and it puts it in there. And then you can change the color if you want. And this will do more than just linear analysis, but we're going to stick with linear analysis for this video. You can change how opaque the line is, how thick it is, things like that. That's not that useful most of the time. What we really want to know is what is the equation of that best fit line. So here's how you can get that on your graph. The label right now says none, that's the default. You can click on Use Equation. When that happens, up at the top of the chart, you can now see that it's put the equation of that best fit line, which is the mass is equal to 2.89, that will be grams per milliliter, times X, which is the volume, plus 43.4 grams, and that predicts the mass. So there's the equation of your best fit line. Another thing that's often very useful is to know how good of a fit this line actually is. So how you can do that is by clicking Show R Squared. And you can see that now what happens on the label right after the equation, it says R squared equals 0.996. If you're not familiar with what this means, R squared is a measure of how good of a fit the line is. Its absolute value will range from 0 up to 1. 1 would be a perfect fit, 0 would be no fit at all. And so this could roughly be translated as saying this 0.996 as 99.6% of the variability in the mass is predicted by the variability in the volume. Hope this helps.